All right, y'all, you at Twin City Firewood. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you're here. Thank y'all for not giving up on me. It's for those of y'all been watching. I've been away from YouTube, making videos, watching videos, commenting on other people's stuff, so I'm sorry. I've just been busy. My youngest daughter started gymnastics. My oldest daughter's doing dance competitions. My two boys are playing baseball, and I'm helping coach with that. So, you know how it is. It ain't easy having family. I got a couple hours, and we have another family thing. Tomorrow's Easter Sunday. So I got a couple hours. I'm gonna work on this. My nephew Devin's coming. I'm gonna get my old conveyor out, put it on the end of that, and let's see if we can't get a cord cranked out anyway. Two guys working this super splitter really wakes it up, and you really get more done. I had a little trouble with my super splitter a few weeks back. I'll tell you a little bit about that and show you what went on. And I got to brag on them fellas at Super Splitter, Mr. Paul and Connor, I believe they are. My buddy Pumpkin, who just happens to have a really good tree service, brought me 3 loads of red oak. And that stuff is excellent looking. Some straight poles in there. It's going to be a pleasure working that up. I'm looking forward to that. 3 good loads of it. I'll show y'all more of that maybe in another video. Y'all go with us. Thank you for coming. A few videos back, a commenter said we ought to use a table for the super splitter, and so we did. Devin, my nephew there, he made this table several years ago, had it sitting around, and it works just darn near perfect. So whoever commented that, thank y'all. Thank you for the idea. It works slick, really helps out, so thanks a lot. And that's not the only time that's happened where somebody has commented and inspirated us to try something, you know. So thank y'all. And thank you again for your time watching and liking and all that stuff. This wood here was bigger logs. I cut it up with my 592 and split it down with that ram splitter, inverted log splitter. I think just about all of it's red oak. There were some pieces in here I had to kind of trim off the fat, if you know what I mean. There were some pieces that were less desirable, and I had to chunk some of it. But so about half of the wood that I sell is for barbecue, people cooking. Folks either have food trucks or restaurants or do some type of custom cooking, and they don't usually order just a lot. I do have a couple customers that like to get, you know, at least a half a cord, if not a full cord. Sometimes they have room to store it, but most people just want a quarter a cord or a half a cord, and red oak is pretty popular. So I'm splitting this stuff pretty small. I know some of y'all probably already noticed that and might be wanting to throw rocks at me. I don't care, that's fine. But this late in the year, I like to split it smaller, even if it doesn't sell for cooking wood or smoking wood. So the remainder of the people that I sell to mostly are wood stove or fireplace customers, and they like it small too. You know, I was talking with Mike from K&L recently, and we were talking about this, but it's kind of, I know this sounds redneck, but like a big buck, I'm talking about deer, he'll rub a small tree. But a little buck won't rub a big tree. And it's like that with firewood. I know this sounds corny, but in a similar fashion, you can't build a small fire with big wood, but you can build a big fire with small wood, if that makes any kind of sense. But just the smaller splits, everybody knows, I think it makes it a little more valuable depending on your customer. Definitely dries faster. And so this later in the year, I like to split it smaller because I would like to sell this probably towards the end of the selling season. You know, it'll be closer to Christmas and that. So I try to mainly stay in wood that can be sold as cooking wood, also multi-purpose wood, I guess you'd call it. But like hickory, red oak, white oak, pecan, and cherry are the main woods that I fool with. And some people want those for heating, but a lot of it is cooking wood. So whenever I get into ash or something like ash that you wouldn't cook with, yeah, I'll split it bigger, and especially if it has plenty of time to dry. You know, one-handed split still, but not those extra small pieces. Because people do seem to like those smaller pieces mostly. I do have some customers that like bigger pieces for cooking. It just depends largely on their firebox and the way their cooker or smoker is set up. Earlier in the video, I mentioned how come I've been away from YouTube and stuff like that, and just so many obligations I've had lately. But one thing I've been working on is my fireplace. I had mentioned that, and any of y'all been following along, and we got that put in, and I've been laying the stone and the hearth and the mantle and all that myself, and I finally got that done. And I may try to put a little video together on that, but I'm pretty proud of it, and I'm tickled to death with it so far. I'm enjoying these fires at night. And before I hush, I'd like to mention two good channels. They're definitely worth watching. One of them's in the backyard with Dale, Mr. Dale. He's a pleasure to watch. He's very knowledgeable about different things. He's a bass fisherman and a little bit of mechanic. He, of course, does firewood, but it's worth cruising on over to his channel just to checking out his crooked finger, shaped like a boomerang. I don't think he'd mind me saying that. But he's definitely worth watching. And the other one is Club Dora and Firewood, Mr. Al. And he's just another one that's a pleasure to watch. He just did the channel shout out. And it's really, really good. He does a good job at that. Y'all ought to check both of them out, man. They're growing their channels, and they're well worth watching. So thank y'all again for checking me out, and check those fellas out too, if you don't mind, if you got the time.
2 weeks ago, I was splitting out here, and I noticed the ram would return prematurely. So it'd get about halfway, maybe right in there, and it would want to return. It was doing that quite often, not every time, but quite often. Anyways, I called. It was during business hours of Super Split, and I called him and talked to a fella named Connor. I think he's the son of the operation, and he was pretty helpful, asked me some questions, but he wanted his daddy. I believe his daddy's name's Mr. Paul. Called me back, took some more information, and anyways, I ended up ordering this cam assembly, which I did not replace, but it ended up being that spring right there, and I've replaced it, and I've cut probably a cord. I'm sorry, I've split probably a cord since then. It has yet to do it again. So that fixed the problem. But man, I gotta brag on Super Split. When you call them, you talk to somebody, and they don't put you on hold, and when they say that somebody will call you back, I mean, he called me back probably within 15 or 20 minutes. So I don't mind giving credit where credit's due, and credit was definitely due there. If y'all ever see this, Mr. Paul, Connor, y'all help me fix that real cheap. Oh, and they got the parts out. That was on a Friday. I think I had the parts the following Tuesday. So any of y'all out there, don't hesitate to buy one of these machines. I know it doesn't have a log lift, but my goodness, for the production and what it'll do. And don't get me wrong, I've hadn't had hardly any trouble out of this machine, and I feel like I could fix most or replace, maybe not fix, but replace about anything on it. So y'all stay tuned. Thank you for watching again. thank y'all for staying with me to the end. Ended up making just shy of 5 baskets. It's almost 5 baskets. Would have been 5 baskets, but some of that wood just wasn't much pumpkin. It got dolty. It was some bigger rounds. I couldn't see it till we split it open, and I was pretty disappointed. Had to throw, here, I don't know if you can see that, but that basket right there, it was, there's a lot of junk out of that. So, but that's the way it goes sometimes. It be like that sometimes. Thank y'all again for watching. I appreciate your time, commenting, liking, whatever it is you feel like doing. Y'all have a good Sunday. Enjoy your people. See y'all. Oh, I hope y'all are blessed. And if you can, bless somebody. See y'all next time. All right, y'all, show them what we found.
So we found this one.
This is y'all's first morel hunt. And we didn't get skunked, did we? Show them where else. Show them where.
There's one right here. There's 2 right here.
Mm-hmm.
There's one like right there, and then 2, another 2.
We're gonna let a couple of them grow, ain't we?
And then
there's some more over there. I don't know how they seen some of these. We're gonna let these grow and come back. This is my nephew. This is my Nugget. My little baby's finding baby morels, huh? Easton, it's your first time morel hunting, huh? How you like it?
I like it.
You gonna like it better when we eat them.